Hey, this is Jess. I'm with BTV. And in the year of the 8, I'm here with Phil and Rex. They're from Down, and they're playing tonight. Now, you guys do not have a support act tonight, is that correct?
Correct.
What will the folks be seeing instead?
A movie.
It's a film.
It's a movie.
Film
of bands that have influenced us along the way, especially Down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like old vintage rock videos that set the mood and also educate the crowd a bit as to where our influences did come from, number one. Number two, just the influence of...
like and all together and put it all with us kind of goofing around behind the scenes, and I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it's true though. Yeah, they got this stupid shit behind the scenes.
But anyway, it's a little movie that we put out. Instead of having an opening band, we're making it even with Down. And then we come on and play for 2 hours and plus.
Yeah, we don't know, but it's definitely a 2 hours plus set. And the thing is about it, and the last thing is about it, we started this in the United States because we felt like at the time there really wasn't a band. You can't slide down into a slot or a category necessarily musically, because I think we were on our own trip, man.
Well, that's one of the things I was going to ask you.
Yeah, that's why we do our own shows, because there was really no viable bands that we felt were that would fit the puzzle, you know.
If a kid picked up your record in a store, because influences is one thing, but if they picked up a Down record and were like, this is it, man, this is where it's at.
Right.
What other things would you recommend they listen to if they got into that? Because influences is one thing. This is kind of different.
Trouble, Witchfinder General, Black Sabbath. Look, honestly, the core of it is Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, and the classic rock bands like that. Even Moody Blues, you know, to that extent. Sure, Leonard Skinner, you cannot say we can't. But also the spin-off bands later, like Trouble, Witchfinder General before, Trouble, St. Vitus. I could go on for a while, but yeah, you get the idea.
So now, most of you guys, and the band is originally from New Orleans. You got an album named after the city. You got tracks like Flambeau.
We are from New Orleans. Rex is from Texas.
Right?
We are from the deep fried South.
That's right. So why is New Orleans so significant to Down? Why has one city helped shape the band so much?
From number one.
That's where we're from, number one, and we needed a bass player that could feel that type of feeling. So we got the man who can play bass of all types and grinds. Mm-hmm. And to live in New Orleans, you get to see a lot of different sides of life. Not all of them are the prettiest sights necessarily. There's glory in life, you know, but living in a certain city with its music, the music heritage, and the bloodlines in New Orleans run very, 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 very thick, man. It's like you can't get in a car wreck without knowing the person in front of you that you just bumped, you know, somehow, you know. So it's like the bloodlines run thick and they run even, man, you know, all the way down. My grandparents' were musicians, you know, so.
All right. Well, now the other thing I've noticed, being a Dan fan myself, and I am, we're kind of lifers. If you're in it for one album, you're in it for all of them. You know, they're really hardcore and they're really passionate about the band, and they're really loyal. What do you think gives you guys that loyalty? That not I'm into the song, yeah, I kind of dig that album. It's like every single one of them has been gold. What do you think the element is?
I just think the elements of, 5 different guys from 4 different bands that have a different influences, and the crowd understands it's a real thing. We don't put up any props or,
special effects. No bullshit. It's music and us.
Straight to the riff, and so
song.
And our songwriting, and that's definitely.
Do you have an unusual songwriting process? Because I know the albums sound really organic. You got those kind of jammy songs thrown in there.
You just named the whole thing. You just said it in one sentence. It's very organic, which means, there is absolute organic growth that comes from the organism, if you will, you know? Everything starts ground up. It's not like a totally different story from other bands, you know?
And you'll record in Louisiana too, right? So is that right? Do you have a studio
we've usually recorded in Louisiana, yes.
All right. So it's the year of the 8 now. We're coming into the year of the 9. What can we expect from Down? I know a lot of people, myself included, anxious for a DVD. Are we going to get some footage, or are we thinking new album? Where are we at?
You don't know yet. We've got 6 songs pretty much in the bed.
You got a lot of touring to do.
We still have a lot of touring to do. You know,
right.
we haven't played the United States since February this last year. You know, so we're going to go out in January and February and a little bit into March, I believe, and then after that, we're done.
But before that, we go on tour with Metallica.
Yeah,
we start that October.
Oh, now that would 21st. Be a show to see.
Yeah.
That would be something. If you can bring that all down here, we'd be happy to have that as well.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Right, absolutely.
Should, yeah.
Now, I have to ask, because we haven't had a chance to ask you yet, and I know it's been 4 years, but Katrina in the city, how much of Katrina was relevant to Over the Under? How much of Over the Under was about
I'm the
Katrina?
lyricist, so honestly, quite a bit of it. There's so many different elements to the songs that I could take a part of it that was Katrina not influenced but infused, and take that struggle, because it was a fucking struggle, and it'll be prevalent in the song, as well as many other things within the song, which in turn, I always like to leave the lyrics up to interpretation to the listener, for the listener. And I think it's pretty, this record especially, it's pretty plain what I'm saying. You know, I don't bullshit on this one, straight up.
And being that Halloween's coming up, are you still involved in House of Shock?
No, I haven't been involved. No, they still do it,
right.
But it's a kiddie fun part.
So do y'all do anything for Halloween still?
We tour.
I do with my kids, yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm home.
Are you going to be home this year?
No.
You don't dress up anymore?
No.
No?
Oh, I'm
no,
not.
I thought you kind of looked
where
good as
we
a
are.
pumpkin. You know,
A pumpkin?
No, well.
Thank you.
You know, it's all right. It hides the flaws. Not that you have any. All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. Y'all got to get out on stage and make us all happy with some songs. So thank you, Phil. Thank you, Rex. This is Jess, BTV.
See you.